Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. First and foremost, let me apologize for the fact that there have been fewer guides than usual over the past few weeks. Obviously with the current pandemic and whatnot, my main job, my full-time job, obviously has to take precedence, which ultimately gives stuff on shelves in supermarkets or food products and stuff like that. So you can imagine things have been a bit crazy with panic buying and such and so forth. So unfortunately, it's left us with less time to be able to do guides, as I've had about a day and a half a week of available time, which is just not enough time to get good quality videos out. So I've kind of took the time to grow things a little bit more on various other aspects of the studios. Now, some of you may notice that the Rugged Gamer kind of brand is shifting over a little bit to Rugged Studios because there are a lot of creators who have joined us who basically want to join our servers and create their own content, which with 7 Days to Die, that's one of the things that we've seen a lot of, certainly on this Alpha 19. We've got Stork Gaming, Curse Chaos who joined us, Fear Nomadic Gamer, Bichigan. There's just loads of people who are joining us. There are also people who are, not creators who have started trying to create, which is fantastic, and some streamers who've popped on and off every now and then, which is absolutely fantastic. That's what the community is all about. Now, this video today is talking about the community itself as a whole, and also to announce the Q&A guide series that's going to be joining. It's kind of the same guide, but more tailored towards your questions and answers. So this is your chance now to reply to this video. We'll take all the comments from this video, questions, ideas, or anything like that, put it into small snippets into a larger video. We'll include it into our Ultimate Beginner's Guide. So it's for those who maybe even, not beginners, who are returning, or whatever, anything whatsoever, even if it's a critique on something that I've covered, because obviously, as I've mentioned in a lot of the videos that I do, there are multiple ways about playing this game. It's not just about one set route. There's loads of ways of doing it. So I've always strongly suggested that you take my advice as just advice and find your own little path and ways to play it. And we'll see a little bit more of other people's playing styles. Obviously, we saw in the previous guide to the one that we're doing now, Hightower joining us. Obviously, he's fairly newer to the game than a lot of people who have created some of these builds, but he took the time to learn the game, practice the game in Alpha 18, went through it with me, and then obviously he joined me on the guide just to show that you don't need to have thousands of hours in the game to enjoy the game and get somewhere relatively equal to what I've done, which I think he did really well. We have a great banter between each other, which is also fantastic, and we have that kind of same banter throughout the whole of the community. We have little groups of gamers who are, like the 3 or 4 players of one type, of 3 or 4 players of another type, and they kind of get together and they'll have their own little taunts at each other and little trolls and stuff like that. We do have ruling behind trolling, where obviously if it doesn't affect somebody else's build, then you're more than welcome to troll each other to your heart's content. But if you've got that ruling between yourselves, like leave my building, then you tend to find that that's what happens. It can sometimes be daunting for new players to join in on that, but don't worry. What you're seeing today is just the community area. There are surrounding areas. This is a 10k map. It is massive, absolutely massive. I mean, I can't even fit it on the map at any one time. There's just so much room, so many buildings, so many POIs. There's loads of traders. People tend to get spawned around the 2 to 3k mark of this area, which is why it was kind of selected. But you can honestly go out and really, really enjoy the game as a beginner, new player, returning player, anything whatsoever. You can get yourself involved in that, which is fantastic. We also have people on board who have played the game for thousands of hours, not just myself, again with different play styles. So you can ask a question and you may get multiple answers, which is fantastic. So if you haven't already done so, make sure you check out the Discord. It's relatively simple. You go in there, select 7 Days Gamer, and then you'll see the 7 Days chat, and you can get yourself involved in there. If you want to join the server as well, it's completely friendly to new players. If you don't even have a date on the game, if you've literally just bought it and you want to learn how to play it, we will take the time to coach or to just give you advice or to just leave you be and let you play it your way. We have every kind of multitude of style within the one server. The server is built to have multiple players on at any one time. I think it's up to about 25 players or 15 players now. But in all honesty, every profit I make from YouTube is not profit. I put it back into the servers so the servers get more RAM, more CPU, bigger player bases and whatnot. So we look after our community, and that's what it's all about. Which is why, you know, it is only the spare time that I have that unfortunately I put into building the guides. Otherwise I won't be able to afford to live, unfortunately. Now on to the Q&A section side of things. Now make sure if you've got any questions, as I said, put them into the comments section. I will try and respond to them myself if they, you know, if there's something that I can answer, but I will also include them in on the videos as well. There may not just be me who replies as well. There's a few players who have started to reply onto my videos with their ideas and stuff like that. So, you know, check out for that. If you want more in-depth answers, or if you want to speak to me privately over some of the questions you have, then join the Discord and send me a message there. You know, I'm completely open and available through the Discord, or a DM if you're a part of the server as well. If you want the details of that, make sure you do check out the description below, because that's where you'll find all the details of where you need to be, and let me know. But other than that, that's it for that side of things. Now the community side of things, as I said, we've touched on, you know, this being a community server. If you want details on how to play, all we ask is that you remember the Discord. You don't have to be active on the Discord. You know, as long as you're there, you get whitelisted. If there's any problems, then let us know. You know, that's the reason why we have it there. But you do not need to be 100% active on the Discord every day if you're just on to play every now and then. What we do ask is if you're going to do a horde night, we do have some horde bases around. You can do your own horde base, no problems whatsoever. You can go into POI and get it wrecked to pieces. No problems whatsoever. All the POIs are completely available to people to do whatever they want. If it looks like it's pre-built, have at it. If it looks like it's been built by a player, then just double check and, you know, make sure it isn't a player-built base. You can generally tell, because if you start walking towards it, it'll start changing and appearing. The way 7 Days renders the mapping is it just basically just a surrounding area for you, and it's usually kept quite close. Then, you know, just double check that on the Discord. If you're having performance issues or anything like that, then definitely make sure you play on a multiplayer server, whether it's not ours. You know, if it isn't ours that you come and join somebody else's, it actually makes it a lot easier on your system, because obviously the majority of the game is ran through server side. We also have server side mods, which you don't need to download or anything like that. It's downloaded as part of the map, which you can see throughout the community with lighting systems and stuff like that. We also have admin available blocks through the vendor. So we don't just spawn everything in and just chuck it all over the place. We actually put it into a vending machine. So you can purchase that, and then the money that's gone through the vending machine will then be used to be smelted down for weaponry and ammo for the horde nights. Obviously, if you're doing a horde night with a group of people, it just makes it that a little bit easier. You also have a mod that brings in some very interesting zombies. Very, very interesting zombies. If you struggle with that, let us know. We can disable the mod for the time being, or we can, you know, go about setting up some defenses for you so you can enjoy the game in your way. Do not, however, just spawn in things randomly, because obviously as a multiplayer server you can't do that. It's completely locked to a single player only, or if it's done pre-map load ups. So things like that don't just randomly appear. Everything you see here has been built by hand. Our admins are only there if required. They've built every building. There's only 2 admins that are generally active on the server anyway at any one time. Most of the builds you see are built by players just like yourselves, where they've had to build it from scratch. Some of them have started from wood and then leveled themselves up. Some have required help from the community side of things, just to kind of get some resources in and build it for things like concrete and stuff like that. But that's been totally their choice. So, you know, as I say, completely different styles of playing that are available to you and other players. Bring your group along if you want to. If you want to set up something that's special, you know, between you and a couple of players, then, you know, get an area, get it set up. You're completely free to do that. And we can even try and make sure, you know, if you've got a large group of people, that the server can accommodate that at the time that you're required. There are people, it's gone a little bit quieter because it's now towards the middle of the Alpha 19 series, towards the end of it, where we're hoping to get some information about Alpha 20 soon. So you know it's up and down a little bit in the moment, so there is plenty of space for people, but there are still people building some of these builds, and we're going to introduce some of them builds over the next couple of weeks, hopefully. And then once things settle down in terms of my full time requirements, then hopefully I can get to you some more of the step by step Ultimate Beginner's Guide, and also obviously the horde base that we've got building. I'll also probably be doing a massive project on something like an airfield or something like that. I've never done one of them before. I've always done things like power plants and stuff like that, but I'm thinking of doing something like an airfield. Just kind of, there isn't actually an airfield POI in the game that I've seen. I could be wrong. It could have been added. I haven't seen it yet. We've seen things like stadiums and stuff like that, so we'll probably, you know, put in some airfield and maybe do some other big builds like that as well. And we'll introduce other people to that as well. It's going to be fantastic. So make sure you do join us for that. And as always, thank you everybody for supporting the channel. You know, for the Patreons who help keep the servers running. You guys mean so much to me, which is why every single video I do, you're at the on the at the end of the credits. So you know, big shout out to them. Also, big shout out to the people who are playing on the server as well, and in the community as a whole. Hopefully, some great things coming for you guys. And if, as I say, if you've got any questions, comments, ideas, or anything like that, always leave them in the comment section. I will get back to them. If I don't get back directly, then I may just do something about it and obviously get it introduced. But with it being the Q&A, you should hopefully see some of your questions, and I will give credit to the people who asked the questions as well on the upcoming videos. But that's going to be us for this episode. Thank you very much for watching the video. I know it's only a short description about the community and the Q&A side of things, but as always, I appreciate everything you all do. And until next time, everybody, take care for now. See you on the next one. Bye bye for now.